Spring training is now underway for the A's and the Giants, and earlier this week, Oakland made a big addition to their franchise, but not on the field. The team announced that Jenny Cavnar will be the team's main play-by-play announcer. Cavnar will become the first woman to be a team's primary announcer in MLB history. And on Wednesday, Bay Area fans got to hear her fill in for Tim Roy on the Warriors radio broadcast, and before that game, she chatted with our Vern Glenn.
First of all, is your head spinning?
Oh my gosh, Vern, I'm telling you, it's funny. I think you anticipate, what's about to come. I get the historical context of what's just happened, and a little bit of this happened in 2018 when I became the first woman to call a major league game in quite some time. But no, I think I'm overwhelmed with gratitude more than anything. The amount of people, friends, family that have reached out, but then the amount of people in the baseball industry. And you just feel really good about the time you've spent, the relationships you've built, and it's been pretty overwhelming.
When I saw you as the kicker story on the CBS Evening News, I was like, oh snap, it's a national story now.
Finally tonight, history is being made in Major League Baseball with the Oakland A's naming Jenny Cavnar as its lead play-by-play announcer.
What is it like for you to go from being one that tells the story to now being the story?
Right, it's uncomfortable in our world. You're not supposed to be the story. In journalism, Rule 101, right? Yeah, no, I mean, you were blown away. My mom was like, oh, finally, I think this is a big job now. My mom saw me on national television. So, it's very interesting. But I've also understood the importance of why this is the story, right? It's bigger than just me getting a dream job, which it is a dream job and one I've worked really hard for. But the story is more the fact that the next generation is going to have a lot of opportunity because there's representation across the board, across sports, across women seeing themselves in different roles and what they can do. Very different than when I grew up and in high school and knowing I wanted to be a sideline reporter because that was my representation and what I saw reflected. So I'm just excited to be a part of that conversation and really honored. When you got this gig, did Colorado, San Diego kind of flash before you? I mean, this is next level stuff. It really is. It really is. I think just to get into baseball back in 2007, I mean, that hit me like a freight train. I was ready to go into football as a sideline reporter. And I realized very quickly at my time in San Diego, that first season, that I was made to do this job, right? Like, I grew up in baseball. My dad's a longtime high school baseball coach. I love the game. But as I grew in the game, as I grew in my relationships and storytelling and doing different things as a sideline reporter, as a host, and then being challenged with doing play-by-play, it's just been really special to look back at those stops. And, getting the job in San Diego is a dream. Going home to Colorado, where I was born and raised, was a dream. And now this wasn't even on my radar 10 years ago, and it's here, and I'm just blown away and excited. Have you even figured out what's your style? I mean, I can't vision you, put it on the board, yes. I mean, you got it. What's your style? I guess you're going to have to find out what my shtick is, Got to tune in for that. Right. Well, it was fun in Colorado. I developed a home run call about fire up the fountains because, the fountains in Coors Field. Fire up the fountains! She's gone! Fire up the fountains. Like it. I like that. So I'll have to find something unique, obviously, with Oakland, and I'll be doing a lot of the road games for Oakland. But this is a young team. It's an exciting team, and I do understand for fans, it's a hard time too, and I definitely sympathize with that. And I think the challenge for this year is just to stay focused on the task at hand with baseball and the games and the excitement that baseball can bring. It's going to be fun, and really I'm just so looking forward to spending every game with my good friend Dallas Braden. We've known each other for a very long time. You got 209 connection, right? 209 connection. My husband grew up in Stockton, and Dallas is very close with my in-laws. And so I think just to be able to have that history with him and talk baseball, it's going to be fun. I have wondered, it's kept me up at night, how am I going to bring out his personality? So quiet.
I could not be more honored to sit next to the first woman in baseball history to assume the role of play-by-play announcer. Have you had a moment, maybe when you're by yourself, and you've said, holy expletive, I'm a permanent Major League Baseball announcer, and
I'm a pioneer at it.
Yeah, I think at spring training it'll hit a little harder, and then probably opening day it's gonna punch me square in the face. And I'm excited for those moments.
How much is your phone blowing up?
I had a few text messages. I had to put my phone down yesterday, and luckily I was flying to the Bay Area. So I had about 500 when I got on the flight, and spent the entire 2-hour flight responding, and landed to only 400. So they keep coming and going, but I'm trying to get back to everybody. I had to turn social media off for now. I can't wait to go back. And hopefully have conversations, get to know some new A's fans who have reached out, which I'm super appreciative of. And let's do this. Let's go on this ride.